Berlin fetal. Let's start out in a seated position of your choice. Um, you can have the legs crossed, or in some other fashion, you can sit up on a pillow, blanket, bolster. Oh, for today, if you have something, either a yoga belt or something that can serve as a belt, it would be handy. It's not mandatory, but if you have something like that, a dog leash works, a bathrobe sash works nicely. But know that it's for sure not mandatory. So if you don't have it, there's no stress, no need to stress about it, and that's it. So sit tall, settle in, and turn the attention to the rhythm of your breathing. Feel the ground beneath you. You might notice the air on your skin. And let the breath flow in. Let the breath flow out. You might, as we turn the attention inward, just notice where you're at right now. Notice any areas that might be subtly or not so subtly asking for a bit of extra attention or a little extra tenderness today. Observe where, at this moment, where your energy level is at. If there's a certain tone to your day so far, whatever it might be. I've noticed, especially in these isolated days, more isolated days, a much more noticeable kind of up and down range of where it feels like my emotions are at. And sometimes I feel very like, okay, well, this is almost like I feel almost regular, and other times very much not so. Sometimes really weepy, sometimes really just like angry at everything. And so if you're experiencing some sort of a swirl or waves of emotion that may seem stronger than usual, know that you are not alone. I know it's not just me, other friends have mentioned it. So if you're in that space too, observe, be as kind with yourself as you can. And lower the chin to the chest and slowly roll the head over to one side. You can have the eyes closed or softly open. Roll the head to the other side. This is more about feeling what's going on from the inside. So unless you're wondering what it is we're doing for right now, you don't have to be watching the screen. Over to one side and pause. And over to the other side, pause. As you come back to center, let the chin drop down to the chest, and now go up and down, nice and slow. Chin lifts, and then chin lowers. And chest and chin lift, and then they lower. Whatever range of motion feels right. One more time. And sit tall again, rooting down, lengthening upward, now rotating, looking over one shoulder as far as the head wants to turn. And then coming back through center, changing sides. Just like that, sitting tall, looking over one shoulder. And slowly gently changing sides. And as you return to center now, roll the shoulders up and back, down and around, starting to move this area that often holds quite a bit of tension. Go the other way. Take the right arm out in front of you. Bring the arm across the body. You can hold either on the forearm or the upper arm. Let's take the palm, though, and turn it up. So we're in external shoulder rotation. That's it. And draw the arm across the body. Drop the shoulders down. Lift the chest. Breathe. If you get anything that feels pinchy, sharp, or zingy, back off. Try a slightly different angle. See if that feels better. Unwind gently. Give that shoulder a little bit of movement. And then the other arm. Turn the palm up. Take the whole upper arm across the body. Breathe here. You might send a little extra breath into the space between this shoulder blade and the spine. Inhaling. Exhaling. Take another breath here. Release and move this shoulder and arm around. And then take your arms out wide to the sides. Palms face forward. And then continue to rotate until your palms are facing the ceiling, and then go past the ceiling to as like your palms want to look behind you. Yeah, you might be touching a loved one. Breathe here. This is it's kind of an awkward position, but it's a bicep stretch for us. And then gently release that. Roll around a little. Let's stretch the other side of the upper arm, the triceps. Reach your right arm overhead. And then, like you're patting yourself on the back. You've done a good job coming to yoga today. Use the other arm, and it's like I'm guiding the hand, because sometimes the elbow wants to look off to the side. You're going to corral the upper arm and your triceps so that tricep is facing forward and elbow is facing forward and up. Breathing here. And you can hold from the front or you can hold from the top, wherever it's comfortable for you. What we're aiming for is not a feat of massive flexibility, but can you feel something stretchy in this back of the upper arm? Breathe while you're here. Gently release that arm. Take the left arm up overhead. Pat yourself on the back. And then direct the upper arm a little forward, the elbow up, and breathe. And one arm might be different than the other. Sometimes there's more tightness with the shoulder of our dominant hand. And other times maybe there's an injury on one side. It feels different. So notice what you feel on this side and give this side what it needs to find its way into a stretch in the back of the upper arm. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Gently unwind. Move around a little. And from here, hands on the legs, and we'll arch and round the whole spine while we're here. Pull the navel and draw the tailbone underneath, round the whole length of the spine. And now slowly go the other way. Get up high on your sitting bones as the chest lifts. You can lift the head if it feels good. And slowly, slowly, slowly go the other way. We'll take a few breaths in each position, and then we'll start to move a bit more quickly. Lifting up into the back bend. Take a few breaths here. Belly's lifted along with the heart. And now with the rhythm of your breath, as you exhale, draw the navel in and round the spine into the letter C. And as you inhale, lift the heart and melt the shoulders behind you. Just like that, exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. One more round. As you come to upright, roll your ribs around. See how far and wide the ribs can circle. Feel free to rock on your seat as you do this. Yeah, get all the way around. Waking up muscles. We're catching some different muscles that didn't get invited to the party in the other movements. Go the other way. And back to center. From here, unwind your legs and take your feet fairly wide apart. And for this, you'll take the knees, it's like a seated windshield wiper. Feet are wide apart. You might be leaning back into the hands a bit. And as you rock, zip up your belly so you've got some nice support for your back. And I'll read if this or anyone else is feeling the sacrum, the back of the pelvis a little tender. If this is bothersome to it, go a little slower, engage your core a little extra. If it feels just fine, then maybe do this hands-free. So you're balancing as you take the knees way over to one side, your bum can come up, and then take the knees way over to the other side. And you might, as you go side to side, your bum might migrate forward on your mat. That's okay. Yeah, that's it, that's it. All right, release. I see some of you getting closer and closer. That's fine. Now let's swing the legs around and come into tabletop, to hands and knees. And as you set up, have your hands the way that your body likes them to be. I'm just going to tilt the screen down a little bit. So, if your wrists are okay with the palms being on the mat, really spread the fingers wide and press the whole palm, the whole circle of the palm. Exhale, lift the navel around. Inhale, arch the back and pull the chest forward. Just like that. Exhale, lift the navel around the spine. Inhale, lift the heart. Continue like that. Back to neutral. And then from here, let's take the right arm out to the side and then dive the arm underneath. So still kind of emphasizing the upper back and shoulders. Come on down to the right shoulder and the side of your head. Use the other hand, the palm that's on your mat, for a little bit of pressure. You can leverage into the twist. You can reach the left arm out in some direction. Definitely breathe. If you like, you can put the arm in the air, the one that's not down on your mat, of course. You can reach behind your back if you like. Take a few breaths here. Easy in the neck and the jaw and the shoulders. On an inhale, reach up. On an exhale, bring the palm down and press the floor away. We're back in tabletop. And the other arm reaches out to the side. Inhale and exhale. Shoulder dives all the way down, resting the head on the mat. Adjust the position of that other arm so it works for you. The hand might be close or far, leveraging the twist by pressing into the floor with the hand, or you might reach the arm up in the air or behind your back if you wish. This is your practice. It is your body. You are in charge of it. So choose what your body says yes to. It might be something more or less challenging. But of course, if there's anything that you notice that feels sharp, then ease off that and try it a little different way. Take a couple more breaths on this side. And on an inhale, reach the arm up, and on an exhale, press the palm down. We're back in our tabletop. From tabletop, make circles. Circles with the ribs. Maybe circles with hips and shoulders. There's no particular direction you're limited to. You can circle in all the ways. Now return to tabletop, and with the hips over the knees, walk your hands out, and we're coming into a kneeling puppy. It kind of looks like down dog, but we're on our shins rather than on our feet. And this first moment in kneeling puppy will work the strength and stability aspect of it. So we're aiming for not a hammock, but a really strong straight line from the hands up through the arms and the torso to the hips. You can relax your neck, but everything else is trying to stay in that one long line. Zip up the belly. Take a few breaths here, reaching the arms forward. If the shoulders would like a little more space, try it with the hands a little wider. See how that feels. Now, same position, but we'll emphasize the stretchy part of it. Keeping your belly zipped up, because our low back and our neck move really readily in this direction, but our thoracic spine, where our ribs are, it doesn't move as readily, and that's exactly what we want to invite into this party. So the chest melts, but the belly draws in. Relax your neck. We're not trying to look forward at all. Let your head be in whatever position is comfortable for your neck. The head may or may not get close to the floor, may or may not touch the floor. That's not the point. We are aiming to melt the chest into an upper back bend while putting the brakes on the low back by engaging the abdominal muscles. The low back is long. Now slowly ease your way back up and walk the hands in. Let's let the shoulders relax for a moment in child's pose. Lean the hips back, knees as wide as you want them to be, and now the arms in whatever position is comfortable. So now we're not stretching the arms out like we were before, but relaxing them and finding a position for them where the shoulders and the arms need not work at the moment. Take a breath in and out. Breathe in and out. Now from your child's pose, ease your way up to tabletop and shift forward. Slowly lower yourself down until you're on your belly. When you're all the way down on your belly, if it's comfortable, rest the forehead on the mat. If your low back doesn't like this setup, or it's like tender around the hip points, you can fold a blanket underneath your pelvis and lift it up. Otherwise, have the forearms out to the side, kind of a cactus arm position. From here, reach back with your legs. Big toes reaching back strongly, pressing all 10 toenails into the mat or the floor. Zip up the belly strongly and send your pubic bone down to the mat. Now with the cactus arms, imagine that your elbows and forearms would like to pull backward and your chest would like to pull forward. And as they do that, the forearms pulling back but not actually changing position. The chest pulling forward, now it starts to lift. The abs are working, upper back is working. Breathe here. It's kind of a wide-armed sphinx. And then slowly lower down. Let's do that again. Pull the forearms backward, belly zips up, chest peels forward, and also comes up. So the height is less important than the length. Come on down. One more time. Peeling long and forward. This time, stay lifted. Lift the elbows up off the mat. Come to your fingertips. Lift now also the fingertips up off the mat. Feel the work in the upper back. This is beautiful work for your posture. Really nice counter pose to all the sitting and leaning forward to see each other on our screens. Strengthen the upper back. Breathe here. And then slowly lower down. Bring the hands in closer to the chest. Tuck the toes underneath. We'll come up in a knee push-up. Zip up the belly and press the floor away. And then slowly ease your way back until you're in child's pose. Feet closer together, knees as wide apart as is comfortable for you. Arms where you like them to be, stretched out in front or even wrapped around the sides. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Ease your way back to our tabletop position. From tabletop, shrug the shoulders down, pull the right knee into the chest and round your back. Feel the strength of the abdominal muscles. And then reach back with the leg. Pull the knee in. Reach back like you're pressing into something. Pull the knee in. Reach back and hold the leg back there. Right leg goes back, left arm goes out in front. Breathe. Breathe. Maybe take the arm and the leg out a little to the side. What does that feel like? Let it be awkward. And then come on back. Bring the hand down, bring the shin down. Round the spine. A little cat-cow here. Inhale into the back bend. Exhale as you round. One more time and then we'll switch sides. Inhale into the back bend. Exhale, round the spine. Find your way to neutral. And then exhale, pull the left knee in and round your back. Feel the strength in your core. Inhale, reach back like you're pressing into something with the heel. Exhale, draw the knee in and round. Inhale, reach back and press. Just like that. The next time you reach back, leave the leg back there. Belly is zipped up the whole time. Reach the opposite arm out in front. And breathe, and breathe, and breathe. Maybe take the arm and the leg a little out wider than center. What is that like? Come on back. And bring the hand down. Bring the shin down. This time, lean back. Hips come back like child's pose. Come on up to your fingertips. Relax the head, the neck, the shoulders. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly come back to tabletop. And okay. Once you're back at tabletop, walk your hands in front of your shoulders. Hey, baby. These have become sacrificial mats to the cat. Walk your hands in front of your shoulders. Tuck your toes underneath. And when you're ready, hello, baby. When you're ready, zip up your belly, lift your hips and knees, and find downward facing dog. Press into the hands and see how long the distance can be. So bend the knees and make the distance really long from your hands up your arms along your back to your pelvis. Hi, what are we doing, cat? And I'm gonna unhook the cat from my leg and you're gonna pedal your feet in down dog. Inhaling, exhaling. Come up high on your tiptoes, way up, way up, way up, way up. And then slowly lower down. Think of stretching the soles of your feet back so your heels land as far back as they can. Yes, they're coming down, but think of back more. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's shift forward again. So we're in the top of a push-up. And then slowly lower the knees down. Lower the whole body down. Keep the hands in close to the chest this time. Inhale, peel the chest forward, low cobra pose. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes under. You choose. You can come up in a knee push-up, or if you like, keep the legs straight and come straight up into plank. Zip up the belly in either case, and then come to downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths in down dog. Walk the hands and the feet closer to each other. And then hang in a forward fold. Breathe while you're here. It might feel nice to hold the elbows. Definitely let the knees bend. Our aim in this folded position is to release tension in along the spine, from the low back to the mid back to the neck. If it feels good, sway. Nod the head. Or turn the head a little side to side. Minimal effort. The movement is intended to help us unwind. Press into the feet. Zip up the belly and come up with a ragdoll head and ragdoll arms. Press down. Zip up. And as you come to upright, we'll take a half sun salutation. So, from standing, feet face forward, at a comfortable width apart. Stand evenly on your feet. Lift the navel in and up, reach the tailbone down. Lengthen upward through the crown of your head. I imagine it's like there's a puppet string tugging us, lifting the crown of the head up and then tugging the tailbone down so we get longer as we stand. Inhale the arms out to the sides and up. Exhale, fold, let the knees bend, let the neck relax. Halfway up, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Slowly back up, press the feet, zip up the belly, and inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, fold down. Take your time, let the knees bend and the neck relax. Halfway up on an inhale, lengthen up. Fold back down on an exhale. And up we go. Press down to rise up. Hands to the heart. One more time. Press down, inhale, circle the arms way up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, back down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release the arms. Roll the shoulders a little. Take the feet a bit wider apart. They can be mat width apart, they don't need to be super wide in this case. And then root down into your feet, zip up your belly. The right hand will slide down your leg as you lengthen up and over. Press into your left foot. Lift your belly. It's like the left foot is sending you up, and then you're going over into the side bend. Sneak your left arm up and add it, reaching the arm up and over, really long on the left side. Press into the feet. Lengthen up and over. Breathe. With the bottom arm, exhale, raise the arm. Notice this extra load will cause your core to work a bit extra. Inhale back down with the arm. Exhale again, raise the arm. And inhale, lower it down. Exhale, raise the arm, leave it there. Now, your choice. You can leave both arms up. If you want less load, lower the arm as we come up. If you want extra load, both arms raised, come all the way up, inhale, and then both arms down. Roll the shoulders, turn the head, and then the other side. Root down into both feet. Press a little extra into your right foot. Zip up the belly as you start to slide a little bit over to the left. And then add, while you keep the belly zipped up, start to reach the right arm up. See how much length you can feel on this side. Rooting down with the right foot, lifting up with the belly, and sending your breath and your loving awareness into this whole side, especially around the ribs and the lung and the side of the waist. Adding the bottom arm when and if you like. Exhale, raise the arm. Inhale, lower. Exhale, raise the arm. Inhale, lower. One more time. And up we go all the way to the top and release the arms. Roll both shoulders up and back, down and around. Let's take the feet wider apart this time. So you may need to turn sideways on your mat if you've got your mat underneath you, so you have a nice sticky surface. Turn your left toes in. Turn your whole right leg out. Anchor the feet. Zip up the belly. And we'll press into the left foot so it sends us over to the right. A little bit like how we were using the back leg to send us into the side bend. So press into the left foot in a way that sends you long up and out to the right, so we're not dropping. Breathe here. Zip up the belly and also hug in the left outer hip. So we're not trying to pop the hip out, we're actually hugging it in. doing triangle pose, Trikonasana, with an intention towards spinal stability. Take the right hand and the back of your hand on the inner leg. And in this way, you can use the back of the hand to leverage a bit of a twist. A twist is actually a key part of triangle pose. And also when it's the back of the hand, it's harder to hang on for dear life with the arm. That's not what it's there for. Zip up the belly, lengthen the spine. The hand goes wherever the hand goes. Don't try and force it down to the foot. There's no magic thing there. Root down into the feet, lengthen the spine, broaden the space across your collarbones. If you like, raise the top arm as if it grows right out of your collarbone. What position does your neck appreciate? Put your head in that position. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep both legs steady and strong. Reaching the top arm up as if you've got a friend in there helping to pull you up by that arm. Exhale, reach up and up. And release. Turn the feet to face forward and switch sides. Turn the right toes in, turn the whole left leg out. Both legs stay straight again. Zip up the belly. Anchor into the back leg especially. Watch out for the back hip, don't pop it out, hug it in. Tilt sideways any amount and place the back of the left hand on the inner left leg, whatever height it lands. The length and the space are what's important, not whether the toes and the fingers meet. Breathe while you're here. Using the back of the hand to leverage a bit of a twist so your chest is facing forward. Your torso, we're aiming for the torso to be like sideways. And then the top arm lifting up. Anchoring into the feet, come back to your foundation. Zipping up the belly. Super long spine. And remember to breathe. It's the most important of all. Remember to breathe. Take another breath here. Press into your feet. Zip up the belly. Reach up with the top arm. When you're all the way up, turn both feet to face forward. And then turn the legs and knees out, bending the knees. So I like to, whatever angle the knees are at, have the feet match the knees. So we're in a squat position. Belly zips up. The chest and shoulders, your whole torso is kind of leaning forward. I'll show the side view, right? So I'm not trying to get upright like this. Letting the hips go back and the chest come forward. Now shrug over to one side. Take a few breaths right there. If you're a little too comfortable and you'd like to be less comfortable, lower the hips a bit. Come to center, change sides. Take a few breaths over on this side. Inhale. Exhale. Now we'll move with the breath. Inhale to center and exhale over to one side. Inhale to center and exhale to the other side. Inhale to center, exhale to the side, just like that. Come back to center. Press into the feet, zip up the belly, straighten the legs, gradually inhale, the arms come up overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart. Release the arms. turn the feet forward, and then step the feet together, give the legs a little shake. So now from here, let's take, if you have a block and a belt, grab your block and your belt. If you don't, follow along without the block or the belt. So place your block on the floor at its lowest, just outside your right foot. And then from here, hold your belt in your right hand. All right? Oh, hang on. First, let's just rest your belt over the right shoulder for a sec. Bend your knees and find chair pose. Lean back into the hips, lean back into the heels. Disregard the props. We're going to use them for in a sec. Your hands can be either at your heart or you can reach your arms up overhead. Breathe here. The choice is yours. Belly zips up, leaning back, long spine. Press down to rise up. Release the arms. Bend the knees again into chair pose. Just the legs this time. And while you're in chair pose, it's a bit of a balance challenge to go. Take your left foot and step it over to the block on your right or to the floor if there's no block. Have a seat. Get kind of low. Breathe. Now if this feels really comfortable, then take the toes off the floor or the block so that they're in the air. If it feels so comfortable, you want to give the toes something else to do, they can wrap behind your calf. They may wrap, they may not wrap. It's not critical to the pose. We've got a lot going on here. Unwind the legs gradually. Shake them out. Now, take your belt in your right hand. Open the arms out. Right arm is on top. Give yourself a hug. And take the extra moment. It really helps with the intertwining of the arms. Take the extra moment and walk your hands and see if you can get your elbows even past lined up, but kind of going across each other. Then once you're there, use the bottom forearm and swing the arm up. You can push the top elbow over. With the top arm, swing it up. Your palms will face away from each other, like so. So your belt can swing from the top hand into the bottom one. Now, if that works nicely, great. If your hands are so close that the bottom hand is almost touching the top hand, then you might let go of the belt and use the fingers of the bottom hand, pressing against the palm of the top hand, like near the heel of the hand by the thumb. Oh yeah, now we're going to add the legs. Bend your knees, and just like we did before, cross your left leg up and over. Sit in your cross-legged chair position. This is Garudasana, or eagle pose. From here, you can stay right here, you can lift the foot, you can wrap the foot, but breathe. Zip up the belly. Maybe, what does it feel like if you kind of curl in and get more compact? And what does it feel like if you open up a bit there? And it's okay, you might wobble, you might fall out of the pose, that's all right. Unwind the legs, we're coming on out. Stand on both feet and slowly stand up tall, unwind the arms and spread your wings. Inhale, arms open, out and up. Exhale, let the arms come down again. How are Move your block over to the other side. First, just the legs. You can rest your belt over on the left shoulder. We'll use it in a moment. First, bend into chair pose. Just the legs. Take the right leg, cross it over. Sit down as low as the body's willing to sit right now on this side. The toes can stay on the block, the floor, the air. Or if your foot wants to look for something else to do, it can look for the calf on the standing leg. Breathe while you're here. That's it, that's it. Release the arms, release the legs. Come on up. Give your legs a shake. Now let's organize the arms. Take the belt in the left hand. And this time the left arm is on top in the cross. Get in nice and snug. Really walk the arms around. The bottom forearm swings up. The top forearm swings up. And then let the belt fall into the bottom hand. And once again, if the hands are quite close, release the belt. Use the fingers of the bottom hand near the heel of the thumb. Heel of the hand, thumb pad, whatever you want to call it, on the top arm. Breathe here. Now maybe we add the legs, right? Bend the knees, right leg steps across, have a seat, breathe. More than anything, breathe. And however it goes, breathe. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you like, you can curl up a little, get kind of compact. Open up a little. Bend a little lower, maybe. Breathe. Breathe across the upper back. Now unwind the legs first, so you're standing on both feet. Press into your feet, slowly come up, spread your wings along the way. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, arms come down. And let's take ourselves into a squat from here. Separate your feet any amount, hip distance, shoulder distance. The feet can face forward or turn out. The leg position is more for comfort. Bring your hips down. In some bodies, the heels will touch the mat. In some bodies, the heels will not touch the mat. Find what feels the most steady for you and gives you some nice length in your back. Now, if you're kind of comfortable here and you want to press the arms into the legs and create a bit of resistance here, it's like the legs want to squeeze the arms and the arms are pressing out into the legs. That can be isometric and still, not still from the inside, it just looks still from the outside. If you want, add a little push and sway of the knees over to one side, over to the other side. What is that like? Good. And come on back to center. Release the arms and lift your hips and come into a forward bend. You can bend the knees a little, walk the feet in place. You can hang the upper body. Move the shoulders, neck, head. Do what feels nice in your body right now. Slowly, gently, and come on up. Press the feet, zip up the belly. and welcome. So we're going to continue our adventure into the upper back. The next position that we'll explore, it's called, the arm position part is called Paschimotnamaskar, or hidden prayer, and it's doing a namaste kind of namaskar hand position, but behind our backs. So there are a couple different ways to approach it, right? You can kind of squiggle and walk and squiggle and walk and squiggle and walk, and you know, for me it's kind of a struggle. I can kind of get there, but I need to be really patient. Now if that doesn't feel good for you, take the soft knuckles and press them together so that in this way we can get that same sense of the collarbones being broad and elbows opening out wide. Beautiful. All right. Keep that in your back pocket. We're going to do one last standing series using that. Release the arms. And come on up and stand. Now our first, so you'll file that information with the upper back, because we're going to do it in a minute. Along the way there, we'll face forward. Now this is where if you have either a wall or a chair or blocks, it can help you get a little extra length. If you have none of those things, you'll have your hands on your hips. So I'm going to show, just so you see what I'm talking about, what this can look like with the hands on something. Actually, let me spin it around. So, right foot forward, left leg back, both legs straight, and I'm going to place my hands on my hips and hinge forward and keep as long as I can in the spine. Now, if I'm using a wall, I'm going to reach out to the wall and use the wall to help me get longer. Or I'm going to use the back of a chair to get longer. Or the seat of a chair to get longer. I'm not going to use them to go down. Don't go down. Don't go down in despair. Stay long. And the same thing with blocks. If the hamstrings allow, come further forward, lower down. Both legs are straight. The front knee can be bent a little to accommodate the hamstrings. But long. Really, really long. And check out what the hips are doing. Think of the outer hips as hugging in, the belly zipping up, and your spine is as long as it can possibly be right here. That's it. Good. Take a couple more breaths here. Gently. Hands to the hips. Firmly press the feet and zip up the belly. And step forward with the back leg, switch sides. Both legs straight, hips facing mostly forward. Anchor the legs, zip up the belly, long spine. Hinge forward to wherever the body can hinge forward while preserving the length in your spine. And then place the hands on a wall, a chair, or blocks, or your hips. How long can the spine be in this position? Neck relaxes. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Take another 2 breaths, your longest yet. Hands on the hips, press the feet, zip up the belly, slowly come up. Step forward. Last round. Take the hands behind you in our Paschimotnamaskar, or the knuckles pressing together. Right foot stays in front, left foot steps back. Same pose, different arms. Press into your feet, zip up your belly a lot, and start to come forward. Right? It's different because we don't have that extra support structure of the arms connecting to something. So firm the feet, firm the outer hips in. Zip up the belly and make the spine long. And then how much space can you give the collarbone? Check in with your neck. Back of the neck nice and long. Shift forward. If it's comfortable, keep the hands there and change the legs. Plant the feet. Firm the outer hips in. Keep your long spine. And the most we're folding is about halfway. We're not actually trying to fold lower than that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice and long in the back of the neck. Press into the feet, slowly come up. Step forward, release the arms, roll the shoulders. And one last time, fold forward standing. Knees bent if you like. Now for this round, if it feels nice, you might open up the feet a little wider, maybe shoulder width or so. Walk both hands over to one leg. There's a little bit of twist happening. You can sway side to side. And bend one knee if you want as you're going side to side. Change sides with the hands. The intention here is to unwind tension in the back especially. We did some really strong poses for the legs and the back. Release to center. Slowly, gently, bring your bum down and have a seat. Stretch your legs out in front of you. I'm just going to adjust the screen so it's easier to see. So from here, take the legs out in front. Now if your hamstrings are tight, these guys in the backs of the thighs, give yourself extra room to lean back. If your hamstrings are very happy and not feeling a whole lot of stretch when you sit up vertical, go ahead and sit up vertical. Now, bend the right knee. Take the left hand to the bent knee. Everybody lean back a little bit into the other hand. Grow long in your spine, twist toward the bent knee. Breathe. Now this is a perfect place to check in with the back of the straight leg. If there's not much happening in terms of sensation and stretch, then go ahead and come more vertical with your torso. If it feels like you're pushing and struggling to come up vertical, keep a tilt so that the spine can be long and the space across the collarbones really broad. And even if you're leaning back, zip up the belly so that the back hand isn't actually required for structural support. It's not quite decorative, but it's close. If you wish, hook the elbow outside the thigh. And breathe. Grow tall. Rotate. You might look over the shoulder in the direction of the twist. Unwind gently. As you come to center, switch the legs. Bending the left knee, stretching the right leg out. Opposite hand to the knee, grow tall. Lean back a little, twist toward the bent knee. Grow tall here. And negotiate with the back of the thigh on the straight leg to see how vertical the spine can be, keeping all the spaciousness across the collarbones. Use the muscles in your core to hold you up more than the hand you might be leaning on. If you wish, hook the elbow outside the thigh. But remember, the only thing that's mandatory is that you breathe and find as long a spine as you can. That carries through most of our yoga poses. Looking over the shoulder in the direction of the twist, if that feels good. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Unwind the twist. And as you come back to center, bend the knees, place the feet flat on the mat. And curl back and down until you feel the abdominal muscles engaging to hold you here. And come up for a moment. Round back. This time, bring the feet in until you're on your tiptoes. You can hold the backs of your legs if you like, or have the hands reaching out. Lift the toes of one leg, lift the toes of the other leg. You can alternate or lift the toes of both feet at the same time. Challenging not only the core, but also your balance here. Breathe and breathe and breathe. The legs can be bent or straight. The choice is yours. When you're ready, slowly lower the feet and sit up tall. Take a little back bend here. Inhale and back down to neutral, all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees and rock. As you lie down, hugging the knees, rocking side to side, breathing here. Let's take a hip stretch. Our outer hip muscles work nicely for us today. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Either thread the needle or a variation of your choice. So thread the needle is right hand goes through the middle, clasp the hands behind the left thigh, shrug the shoulders down. If that feels like a long reach and you've got your belt handy, a belt works nicely to extend the reach of the arms or to entertain your cat. Breathe here, shrug the shoulders down. Now, if that position doesn't agree with the body, another approach is to lower the bottom foot, lower the left foot down to the mat, and use the hands instead to guide the position of the right shin. Sometimes I find this gives more control over where you feel the stretch and how. The choice is yours. Stay there in your hip stretch. And our aim is to feel some stretchy sensation in the outer right hip or buttock area. Breathing in Breathing out. You can rock while you're here. If the left foot's in the air, maybe it wants to rotate. Move around while you rock. The head might want to roll. And when you're ready, unwind the legs and change sides. Left ankle crossing on top. If you're doing the thread the needle variation, reach through between the legs and clasp behind the right thigh or belt behind the right thigh. Breathe here. And even though we usually start with the same variation on the second side, pay attention to what you feel this side may be different. And so as you move in to adjust this side and play your edge, honor what you feel as you go. What's it like in the outer hip on this side? Deep breath. Stay right here in the sensation. And if you like, rock gently, rotate the ankle that's in the air, if there is one in the air. Hold the head a little. Minimal effort. The rocking is intended to be more soothing than effortful. Gently unwind the legs. Take the knees in their own circles, however they want to go. Have a party with the knees, move around in the hip joint, go the other way. Happy baby, knees bent a lot, soles of the feet to the ceiling. Hold behind the thigh. If you like, walk the hands up the shins toward the feet. Remember, there's no prize for touching the feet. This is meant to be a deep hip, kind of stretchy movement, maybe a low back lengthener, maybe even a stretch to the backs of the thighs, none of which has really anything to do with whether you touch your feet or not. Unwind the legs. And take a twist of your choice now. And take both legs over, one leg over, cross the legs. What would your body really appreciate right now? Deep breath while you're in the twist. When you're ready, change sides. Deep breath in. Easy breath out. As once you finish up on the second side in your own time, return to center. You might hug the knees or do something that feels good in your body. And when you're ready, and there's no rush, we have plenty of time for our Shavasana. So if your body's saying, ooh, Shavasana now, then give yourself Shavasana starting now. And if you'd like to take another minute or two to explore, gently moving, stretching, rocking, then go ahead and do that. Deep breath with whatever you're working with. Inhaling, exhaling. Let the earth support you. Let the muscles relax, loosening, lengthening. Let the bones rest. Breathing in, breathing out. As you linger here, receiving the benefits of your practice. This is a chant to the Divine Mother. Let Mother Earth hold you right now in her loving embrace. Gently. Deepen the breath. Imagine the breath like a gentle breeze flowing through the whole length of the body. And as you inhale, imagine the breeze moving from the feet upward to the top of the head. And as you exhale, let the breeze flow down the body, out through the soles of the feet. Inhaling up the body. Exhaling down the body. When you're ready, gently roll the head to one side and then the other side. Move the hands and feet. When you're ready, inhale the arms overhead and take a great big stretch. And draw one knee into the chest, then both knees, rocking side to side. Over to one side and pause. Maybe there's something, whether it's a mood, a feeling, a word, a sensation you'd like to carry with you from your practice out into your day. Roll to your side and press up gently. Make your way to an upright position. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe and at ease. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.
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 Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
You.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Thanks, Anne.
Thank you. Bye.
Eric, where is it?